valgus, big toe on both sides, particularly left.
I can't in a lot of positions, time.
Go into extension.
Yeah, looking how we sit like this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And what do you feel when you try to go on? Well, let me just test this. Where do you feel it? Okay. So you've got the tibia will bound the muscle on the superior aspect. Tibia just moves out laterally, so I can feel the edge of the tibia there. And then if I have her engage this dorsiflexion, that's the belly of the muscle. You can relax now. So that roughly tells me how long these fibers are, and that's variable on people. So we're going to roughly kind of look in the center, that's going to be the motor end plate zone. First of all, I'm just trying to feel for fibers that are different. Now in this area, I'm starting to feel there's oh yeah, right there. There's a fiber bundle. Is this tender?
Voila.
Where do you feel it in your foot? Uh-huh. And that's where she doesn't like her joint extended. So that referral for tibia anterior is going to go to the anterior ankle and then the anterior dorsal side of the first joint. So try to get an idea of where the taut fiber is. See up here, there's not very much. It's really in that center area that we start to feel it, right in there. And give me a number there. Okay. And you feel referral on all this? Okay. So that's very, very clear. So I like EPS on this muscle because it is a superficial muscle. In general, in the foot and ankle, EPS is a very useful tool. And so you want to, more or less find the motor end plate zone. And one of the nice things in foot and ankle is you can watch the tendon. So if we're getting a motor response, you'll see that tendon pulsing. So look at that tendon now. Can you see that? Can you see that with the camera? The tib anterior tendon?
This.
See it? Right there.
Is twig.
Another thing you can do is just put your finger there, and I can actually feel it pulsing. Yeah. So that makes the motor responses really easy to discern. Oh, see, now if I move distal, now I got it. So that just means her end plate zone's a little more distal. And that alone will start to, so I had to work my way, down until I got that. That alone will start to make it less tender. And it is less hard. Is it less tender? Here, my quad is cutting right through her soleus, so I can cut across with my ulnar ridge in more or less that area where, we found the taut fiber right in there. Give me a number there. Okay. Yeah. So I know I'm on it. And then just from there, if possible, locate this first because that's the hard part. And then, you sometimes need to bring the foot to your other hand because then you're positioned where you can start to work into short. Or another way I'll do that sometimes is like this. And they're going to get more tender as you work into short. And we're just going to watch that tib anterior tendon. So working in a short, see, this is a muscle that has to work a lot when he walks. So it often develops shortening dysfunction. What I'm seeing more is her extensor digitorum tendon contracting on the short. That's extensor digitorum. You see that, how that pops up? It's interesting. Yeah.
That's extensor digitorum and tertius. Well, tertius would be.
Tertius is tiny.
Yeah, the palm plate. That's same as
Yeah.
extensor. How
Yeah.
long is this?
Yeah, this feeds right into these extensor tendons. It's like a Y, so that's the other big tendon in the ankle. You'll just always see that one first. So that's a sign that that extensor digitorum muscle has been helping the plantar, the dorsiflexion on the tib anterior. Interesting. No, one's direct in the shoulders.
It's feeling like with pale.
That's extensor digitorum. Yep. Extensor digitorum pattern is right in there. Is that where you feel it? Yeah. So, we're learning a lot just from doing this. Now, invert your foot and push up into my, so if the person's not an anatomist, just give them a cue. You don't want to go like that because they have no idea what you really want, especially like that, because then they're going to use their toes, they're going to use everything. So I give them feedback on the inside. So push into my arm. See, then they have to use their tib anterior. Deep breath. And exhale. And then I just use that. So what I have to do here is focus on that first metatarsal, because that's going to tend to evert the foot and plantar flex it. And what do you feel there?
And I feel something coming up here, but I think that's that strong.
Well, yeah, I'm giving her strong feedback because that's her gastroc and soleus are shortening. So we're shortening those muscles on compression. So that's really important too. Generally, the liberator is a great tool under stretch. Sometimes we work short with it as well. But I like to do a contract, relax, and use this on the relax. So let's engage again. Push up into my arm, deep breath. Okay, let it go. I mean, I try to cover the motor end plate zone, and then often I also cover some of the referral zone because it's distraction. Yeah, I mean, with this tip, we use this tip a lot. This is great for a muscle like that because you can be really specific. So the nice thing here is I've really got that ability to dorsiflex or work short just by moving my leg to her foot. And that way I'm working into short just by compressing, that's going to plantar flex her more. So that's going to tend to go in on the soleus. So soleus short. And then you can start to move soleus into length. Yeah, I'm going to give her plenty of room there so I can come in this way. So that's like a pin and stretch. And then if you really need strong stretch, we can come up and work this way. That's really, really a big soleus stretch. Now, gastrocs are soft and soleus is hard because the knee's bent. So that's a way of really figuring out what is soleus here. That's gastroc and soleus short and doesn't take very much. See, this is a long lever. So I apply a lot of pressure there. I can change where it is on my quad. So that's a nice way to work soleus short. And then you can come into length here. You can work tib anterior in this position. So tib anterior versus soleus, that's another major pairing that's going to happen here. Tib anterior into length, but then I've got compression on the soleus. And then we can do the gastroc and soleus, and you don't even have to really change your position much. So very helpful.